the best job they could to try to get that thing running really well. And for the most part, it runs well. There's scenes, usually there's occasional cinematics in here, like scenes where there's lots of enemies where it dips for moments.
Okay, and someone asked, you talked about game design polish. What does, or does the Bioware work ethic mean you plan for lots of contingency time for your projects, or you just say keep working on until it's done?
Yeah, let's put it this way: there's a reason the game got delayed, right, from fall of 2011 till now. And it's, yeah, we really care about the quality at the end of the game. So, frankly, we miss internal deadlines a lot. Like, hey,
Sorry about that. My door just opened and dog was unhappy. Um,
nice. I was wondering what that was.
yeah, we Forge, stop. We've nicknamed him Commander Sheepdog. Um,
But yeah, so what were we saying? I lost my train of thought now. I think
the
yeah,
work
dog bark.
ethic, do you contingency plan?
Yeah, so what we do is when we're building our schedule, we build our schedule in a way that we know we're not going to hit everything day one. You want to build slack into the schedule. So if you go, hey, everything needs to be done on, let's say, the first of the month, you might want to give yourself, like, you need to have a contingency that goes, but if we need to go to the 15th, we can, but let's not try to do that. Um, and so the producers and the project managers do a good job of kind of giving us the ability of saying like, okay, well, we need more time. They go, okay, well, if you need more time, this is what it's going to cost. Like, you're going to have to cut something else, or you're going to have to prioritize what's important. And sometimes you go, okay, well, yeah, this is just we don't have time to do this well, so we're not going to do it at all. Like, and we've features because of that, because we knew we couldn't polish it awesome. And so I think as you're designing the game for Bioware, our polish is we want to make the highest polished experience possible, and we want to prioritize what is the most important things, and we put our effort there first. And sometimes we miss deadlines, and sometimes our game gets delayed 3 or 4 months. But frankly, had you guys played this game, the version of the game that we would have been done with in, let's say, November, you'd be so more unhappy than like what we with that 3 extra months that we got. Like, so much extra quality came out of that, and so we have to do a better job of getting things on schedule, certainly, and doing a better job of contingency. And that's something we'll always try to improve. It's the game designers. You're not always going to hit. You can't just plan things out on paper and always hit them and hit quality.
Right, and I just want to give a quick shout out real fast. There's about 10 minutes left for anyone who wants to donate. There's someone in the chat who has agreed to match any donations made between 12 and 1 Eastern Standard Time. So, you have about 10 minutes. Get your donations in now, either Paragon or Renegade. We have some pretty big choices coming up. So,
You should totally do Renegade choices, guys. Come on, Renegade's so much cooler.
yeah, but I mean,
I'm telling everyone donating. I'm just gonna push my own personal agenda here.
go for it. So yeah, let's see. Any other? Will the choice of being able to play as male or female Commander Shepard, do you reckon, your video game should give you a choice?
Definitely. It's costly in terms of voiceovers and animation work and stuff like that. But I'm a big proponent of just wanting more diversity in our game characters, and that means both gender and race. So like my Commander Shepard, while I'm a male, I'm like a big black bald guy with like a dirty chin beard, and that's because like I'm tired of playing the stereotypical white space marine that saves the world personally. And the fact that Mass Effect lets me build the kind of character I want is great. And so the more choices you have, especially in RPGs, which are really about choice, I think that's great. Now, something like Uncharted, it makes little sense because it's kind of a very authored character of who Nathan Drake is. And Mass Effect Shepard's kind of a shared authorship where we write a lot of things about who Commander Shepard is, right? Like, you could never be Commander Shepard and murder 2,000 babies. Like, we're not going to do that. Spoiler, we don't let you murder 2,000 babies. I'm sorry to disappoint anybody. But at the same time, you make choices, right? So part of Commander Shepard's personality is your own, and part of it's what we wrote. So with things like that, the more choices you have, the more I think we found that fans care about their character. They're like, hey, that's who my Commander Shepard is. And we find people say my a lot, like about Shepard. They're like, my Shepard would not do that. And that's a really interesting ownership thing where no one really goes my Nathan Drake or my Marcus Phoenix. And that's because those guys are trying to do different games, by the way. I love both of those games. I'm not trying to diminish anything that they do, narratively or gameplay wise. So, yeah, I think choices are good for a game like ours. It doesn't fit every game, but, you know, RPGs that you have lots of choices, let the player choose what kind of person they are. If they're male, if they're female. I would love to see other choices in the games with, you know, sexuality. If you're homosexual, bisexual, you could have transgendered things like that come in, characters, NPCs, race issues, and some people go like, I don't want to deal with that stuff in video games, and that's fine. Not every video game needs to be about that or have that in there. But I think as an art form, we can really grow and expand when we start handling more diverse issues and characters, and building kind of more authentic worlds than maybe that in general the AAA industry doesn't really do right now.
Okay, and just quick technical question: do you know if there's going to be able to is there going to be split screen capability for Mass Effect 3 multiplayer?
No, we tested split screen pretty early on. We had it running in the office, but so what happens when you're doing split screen is you're rendering the screen twice, which takes twice, not twice, but almost twice the processing power. So you can imagine how bad the frame rate gets real fast. And so what we decided was we can't deliver a really good experience at split screen, even though it's a feature we want to do. So we made the tough decision to cut that kind of early on in development. And I know, that's kind of disappointing, but if you play split screen and it's all choppy and laggy and crappy, you would just talk about how bad it is, and that wouldn't be great either. So we had to make that kind of tough decision.
Okay. Now here's a question: did you save? Did you save Caden or Ashley?
I'm a male shepherd, so like to me, the choices between semi-racist and Ashley or Caden, who is kind of just a little boring to me personally. So so I decided to kill Caden.
Okay, and how many of your shipmates have survived at the end of Mass Effect 2?
They all survived. However, I did have to play through the end twice because Morden kept dying.
Yeah, he's kind of a jerk like that.
I know. Who would have known that a scientist can't wield a gun real well?
Seriously, I mean, you would think.
No, there's some people who are awesome who are just like, whatever happened, and I'm not going back and replaying it. I can't do it. Like, I was like, no, I can't let these people die because I'm an idiot. So I had to go back and save the people. So I saved everybody. I killed the Rachni off because I was playing pretty much a renegade player. I'm trying to think what other major decisions did I make. Oh, I kept the base at the end.
Okay, and did you save the council or not?
No, I did not. I let them burn.
Nice.
I'm very mean.
Apparently, someone wants to know if we import a default femshep face into Mass Effect 3, will it automatically change to the new default femshep?
I don't actually know the answer to that question, unfortunately. I don't think it would because it's an import, so we're just using whatever face he went with. But I can't 100% guarantee. I've never really done it or tried it, and that's kind of outside of my jurisdiction of things I was kind of responsible for, or worked on, or helped look at.
Understandable.
That's the thing about a game like this. Like, I get questions on Twitter all the time. Like, I'm pretty active on Twitter, as you know. And people ask me questions. I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, how do you not know? I'm like, there's 150 plus people that work on the game. Like, I got to give credit to all those guys. Like, I played a very, very, very small part of this team. Not even just the design team, just the entire team. Just so many cinematic animators and cinematic designers and sound guys. And we had composers. We had like 5 composers. I think Sam Hewlett's actually listening to this right now. So, hi, Sam. We had amazing composers, and like all these different people brought this product together. Like, I'm just one person, and I played a very small role on this. So, like, I don't know everything that happened in the game. There's still parts of the game I don't know. Like a lot of the side content came in late, and I haven't played it. So I'm looking forward to play a lot of the late game or the side content that we build, the side missions that I haven't checked out. A lot of cinematics came on really late. Like that launch trailer came on, which is an absolutely amazing trailer. And there was some stuff in there I'm like, I haven't seen that before. Like because either I haven't seen the cinematic or I skipped past it because my job is like to get to gameplay and test my stuff and make it work. So I would just be skipping past everything, all the dialogue. So while I've played through the most of the game, like I've played all the levels, I know the entire story, I know all the ways things work. I don't know all the specifics necessarily.
Understandable. Let's see, does anyone else have any questions? Do anything else in the room have any questions for senior designer of the game? He designed most of the powers for the characters in Mass Effect 3.
Co-op in the campaign.
Is there going to be co-op in the campaign?
There's no co-op in the campaign. The only co-op is the multiplayer that you guys have kind of played.
Okay.
We didn't want to ruin. You know, that was a big word for people when multiplayer got announced. Like you're gonna ruin Mass Effect, and you know we don't want 3 shepherds running around the level. And if you do co-op in Mass Effect as we know it currently, like you know, if one person's shepherd and everybody else is not shepherd, they're gonna be happy because part of the game is about being Commander Shepard. So we didn't want to kind of ruin and sully that single player experience that we've built so well, and anger those fans and anger ourselves because we're fans as well. So we made a very conscious decision to make multiplayer fits in narratively, where you're kind of like the strike team forces that are holding down areas in the world. And it works well with the Galactic War, but it doesn't. It's not Commander Shepard. There's a very good reason for that.
Okay. Does anyone else have any good questions? Because I'm pretty tapped out. I am too tired to think.
Well, you should take a nap while your buddies take over or something.
I'm tempted to, but I have another call coming in an hour, I believe, actually.
Okay, who are you talking to next?
Oh, no. That's going to be... wait, yeah, in an hour. QA tester Thomas Abram.
Okay, cool.
And then at 4 p.m., I believe Mark Muir said he would be calling in.
Very awesome. I've never gotten a chance to talk to Mark. He was at the Edmonton launch party because he's actually from Edmonton. So everyone says he's an awesome guy. Like all the Edmonton developers that I talked to were like, Mark Muir is awesome. So
Yeah.
it's really exciting.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to talking to him, especially about the fan film that's going to be in, I think it's called Red Sand.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that trailer or whatever.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be pretty cool.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess we can just end this here. Thank you so much for calling in.
Hey, thank you guys so much for your passion, your love of Mass Effect, for setting up this charity. I hope anyone listening will, put $5, $10 and donate. And I really hope you guys enjoy Mass Effect 3. You feel free to hit me up on Twitter. I'm at Manveer Heir. You can tell me what you like and hate. And we want to hear your honest comments as long as it's not just trolling, because we've got to make things better in the future. I'm sure there's things that you're going to love, and hopefully there's not too much you dislike, but I'd love to hear about it. So thanks guys for so much of the support. And good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks a lot. Have fun.
Take care.